Welcome to another exciting opportunity for all African entrepreneurs residing in Africa and also in the US. Africa Business Club Idea Pitch Competition 2023 is a very exciting and verified grant opportunity for you all. The grant price is $5,000 US. However, it is divided into several categories. We have the $2,500 US category. We have the $1,500 category, and we also have the $1,000 category. Now, before we look critically at the application form and the document you have to submit, let us look at the eligibility criteria. Sanka Empire, as you may all know, is dedicated to bridging the gap between African entrepreneurs and funding. We bring verified grant opportunities, and we also assist in managing your grant applications, writing business plans, grant proposals, and a pitch deck. This grant opportunity particularly is for Africans. First, you must be an African residing in Africa that's doing business in Africa, or you an African doing business in the US. Your business must be within the food industry, that's the food sector. When we talk about food sector, we're not just talking about staple foods. We are talking about anything consumed by man for purpose of growth. So we are looking at even the fruit juice you do is also eligible for this very opportunity. I have to mention that because so many persons, when we talk about the food industry, so many persons, people within the spice production, they fear, they have this feeling that they are not part of it. No, you are part of it. Now, be reminded that the deadline for this application is on the 13th of October 2023. The application was launched in September, precisely on the 11th of September 2023. And the deadline is on the 13th of this month. Now, I would like us to look at the application questions carefully and every other requirement by the foundation. This is Africa Business Club, the 2023 Idea Pitch Competition application form. This is the application form. Everything necessary will be on this form, and I will take this form bit by bit. Just follow me. The first thing you have to do is to upload your team pitch presentation. The pitch presentation should be your pitch deck. You just upload it. Now let me give you insight. For you to upload this thing, you need to be reminded that this presentation you're uploading will be used at the next phase of the application. Once you submit and you scale through this phase of the application, the next, which is also the final phase, you will make a presentation using the document you've uploaded. Another good thing about it is you have the liberty to upload any format. It can actually be a Word document, PDF, or PowerPoint slides, or whatsoever format you feel you can submit. But there is a criteria here that it should have 12-point font. The font should be 12 points, that's the text. And it should also have a cover page. The cover page should bear the name of the business, which is the team name. It should bear the name of the team captain, which is the person submitting the application. It should also bear the contact details and perhaps contact digits, including the email. Then it should perhaps have logo. If you have a logo, you include it. You design your cover page. It is very important. Again, you should know that the pitch deck you will be submitting, though I will still throw more light on it at the later end of this video, the later part of this video rather. The pitch deck you are submitting should not exceed 7 pages. It should not exceed 7 pages. That's the requirement. That's what they want. So you keep to that. We are where we have a traditional 10 to 15 slice pitch deck, but in this case they need 7 pages. They don't have any format, they don't have any template. You just have to develop a pitch deck for your business and you do it. If you need any assistance, Sanka Empire is here to do it for you. Feel free to contact us using the contact digits. in the description of this video. Now let's talk about the other part of the application. You put your name, that's the team name, the business name. You put the team name, you put your business name there. The team captain name, that should be captain, it's just a mistake. Team captain name should be the name of the CEO, the name of the team leader, or perhaps the person that is submitting the application. Then you now put the team captain email address. That it is corrected there, the captain is corrected there. You now put your email address. Then we look at the idea summary. Here we are talking about the executive summary, and it is very important. It is the most important part of a business plan, the executive summary. The executive summary should always be written last. The executive summary as well should cover every part of your business. Every single part of your business should be covered by the executive summary, beginning from the introduction down to the financials. It should cover every part of your business, and it should not exceed 1 page. That is important. Do not allow your executive summary to exceed 1 page. The next thing is the industry and market analysis. The industry and markets, you are talking about the key features of the industry within your location that indicate growth potential. Now, okay, I am within the food sector or the food industry in the Cameroon. What are the indices? What are the factors that indicate that this very industry I am has the potential for growth? If an investor invests with you, the business will be viable and profitable in that location. There are things you need to point at. There are things you need to learn. So perhaps I am operating, I'm in rice production here in Nigeria. We have to point at the government banning the importation of rice into Nigeria. We have to point at the growing trend in the consumption of local rice. We have to point at, there are some indications you need to point at in the industry. You need to point at. So if I'm into the fish production industry, I look at the deficit. I look at the importation rate of it and the effort of the government towards that. All these things needs to come under the industry and market analysis. The next thing we also talk about is the major players, which is your competition. You have competitors. Then you put down your competitive advantage. In my next video, I will talk about how to write a good competitive advantage. There is a mistake I have seen in almost all the business plans that have come for review. They always base their competitive advantage on the price. Okay, our price, the price of our product is cheaper compared to our competitors. No, your competitive advantage should be value based, not just pricing. When you say it's just pricing, then you're missing it. You will get it in the next video. For the sake of this application, let's also focus on the target customer description. Your target customer description should be based on the demographics of a customer. Okay, I am into garri production here in Port Harcourt, and my target customers, perhaps I can say, okay, my target customers are young people age 18 to 35. You know, that's a wrong target customer for garri production, but I'm using it as a case study for you all. So age 18 to 35 in Port Harcourt, Nigeria, and within this category we are looking at a total of about 2 million people. You must make sure you mention the number, the demographics of these people. They are aged within this. Of my target customers are particularly bankers and civil servants, people working in institutions such as banks. So you provide lunch. So while you're providing lunch, you actually add that it is because they may not have the necessary time to go out. So you add those things. You must actually give an estimate of the number. Then the marketing plan is telling you how you will reach them, possibly through the use of social media. Aside the social media, the traditional methods of reaching out to your customers, how you will make them to know your products. Aside knowing your product, how you will make them to use it. That's the marketing plan. it should not also exceed 1 page while you're writing this. It is that important. The next thing we need to talk about, which is also important here, is the business operations. There are some businesses that need patent licenses or permits to operate, and you obtain this license from government agencies. For example, here in Nigeria, you will need a approval from NAFDAC. And if you are into the if you're into exportation of any of the food products, you will also need some licenses from relevant government agencies that deals with exportation or monitors exportations of food products. So you need to mention that, okay, I will need this patent, I will need this permit, I will need this license. You should also indicate if you have already acquired such, or you're on the process, and how you will do it if you've not started at all. Another thing you will need is human resources, the skills you need to operate your business successfully. Aside the skills, you will also need equipment. You list the equipment you need, you itemize them in a way that will convince the investor that, okay, you actually have an idea of this industry. You make this equipment your needs while you are applying for these funds. That's how to put it. Perhaps the equipment price can actually be higher than the grant funds, but what you do is you will be able to specify under the financial requirements. You specify which equipment you will use the grant funds to purchase. Okay, for example, the total equipment we need is $7,000. That's what $7,000, and we are pitching for just $2,500. So what you do is this $2,500 will be used to purchase. Okay, let's put the Gary production, the Gary production industry. That's the Gary processing industry. You are now into you are pitching for $2,500. The $2,500 will be used to buy automated Gary frying machine. This Gary frying machine will help me to increase our daily output from 50 kg bag of Gary to 50 kg bags of Gary. But when we are talking about the financial requirements, feel free to list everything and be able to specify which one the grant funds will help you to achieve. This is what is needed. Total of $10,000. We have achieved this, which is about $3,000, and the $2,500 will be used to achieve this and this. Then with this, it will help me to do this and to do that, increase our output. It will help me. You don't just talk about output, you also talk about the financials. But what you should be able to explain your financial requirements. And when you are talking about the financial requirements, you have to be very clear. That's very clear about it. Again, if after watching this video you have any question, you have concern, or there is any point at all you do not understand, use the comment section below, or contact us through the WhatsApp number that will be displayed on the screen and the WhatsApp number that is already in the description of this video. You can call us, you can send a message on WhatsApp. We will respond immediately. All right, let's go down to look at the guidelines. Now, be reminded again that the deadline for this application is 13th of October 2023, and we will look at the eligibility requirement again. Number one here is just talking about the originality of the work, that the work should be original. It should be your work. It should not be an already published business plan that you just copy and paste. No, it should be your work. And the second thing there is talking about that it must be an African. it must be an African that is applying. Either you are operating in Africa or you're operating in the United States. The third thing there is still talking about an African. If the team members are not from Africa, at least one of the team members should be an African. At least one. That's what the third thing there is saying. Then the fourth thing there is talking about the business must be registered for the past 6 months, at least 6 months before the submission of the application. Your business must have been registered 6 months ago, and it is a business from, let's say, 6 months to 5 years at the time of submitting your application. 6 months to 5 years. Now, this guideline is particularly about the pitch deck you have to submit, and I am repeating that it should not exceed 7 pages, and it has 12 point fonts of text. This 12 point font is excluding the cover page, the title page, and the exhibit. Then the business must follow the rules. These are that format, and I will show you the formats. It's still talking about the format. You can see the business page format there, which talks about the uniqueness, the clarity, and the viability of the business. I will also show you how to prepare your cover page. You can see here the business page format. You have to put the team name, that's a business name, the team captain name, the team captain email address before every other part of the business. Now, to access the link to this application, quickly click on the description of this video, or you search for it on Google. You will get it. Once you get it, please try to apply as soon as you can.